Hiya, I'm Spike Mclarrity. I'm an international performance artist and I'm at Reading University today, and I'm working with and collaborating with Anna, and where we have an array of animals today, a sort of wonderful spectacle for multi-species dimension. So we're hoping to take people on a journey, however that manifests. So here we are. In the terms of multi-species, when people understand whatever that means, as in the integration of human-animal, humans living with animals, animals living with humans, humans controlling animals, animals dictating humans, like your dog will want to go for a walk or want some food, that's controlling. So within this, I'm hoping that through the power of this multi-species of wearing of costumes, it allows us to have a dialogue through art. So the White Rabbit was an accidental encounter. I was working with a Japanese feminist artist, and we had been doing a lot of conceptual performances together, and so I was trying to find ears and a fob, but I couldn't. But I managed to find an animal costume. In this case it became the rabbit. I began wearing this about 15 years ago, and just, I don't know, as somebody who is ADHD and dyslexic, it's a way of concealing myself, and that's what it became. And this is where the magic happens now. They don't make them anymore, so this is falling apart, but I'll keep wearing it until it does. And this is where I say goodbye.
Okay.
And there's the transformation.
Next time, next step, the next
The relationship that's happened over the years with people, there's empathy, there's love, there's affection, and also I think dependency. Because it's a ritual performance I do, people have become dependent upon it. There are humans who abuse, beat, starve, sell, breed, mixed breed, use dogs for fighting each other. So there's a complete aggression that exists within the human world onto animals. And I suppose that's a good example that when it's transferred onto me, because though I look like a rabbit, they're still going out to hurt, to hit, to be aggressive, and I think in some ways that kind of highlights the abusiveness. I don't try to become an animal. But what I do try to do is explore the ideology of animality through wearing sort of reimagined animal costumes. But in doing that, I then have a relationship with society in a different way.
Now the
Is
interactions
what
are amazing.
performance does is act as a bridge between society and animality, though it's not animals as such, but yet there's a reimagined mimicry or mockery of animality. So in Scotland, all the DNA you're talking, so these are tartans from different clans. So by cutting them up, I've made them a hybrid.
Oh my god! That's good. Rabbi. No.
Spike, yeah.
So how do you think the audience reaction with this compared to your one with the white rabbit?
I think there's less interaction and there's more caution and suspicion. Sometimes there'll be the odd child saying it's a bunny, had some kind of affinity with it, but generally I think people couldn't quite make out what the heck it was or what's going on. In some ways as well, within a multi-species society, people can treat difference with suspicion and difference with caution. And I think that as the day goes through, you'll see that the familiarity with the white rabbit, is much more accessible for some reason. And I've travelled all over the world with that rabbit and it has exactly the same reaction. My integration, I think, is more on a mythical level of this multi-species animality of that my body being contained or restricted or liberated within this space inside a costume allows me as a human to not be human, or to try and reimagine what it is to see from an animal perspective the human world. Okay.
So what was the inspiration behind this?
What, the cruiser?
Yeah, the cruiser.
So in the kind of research, it deals with gender and the kind of, I don't know, the unspoken things. Oh, that's better, I can breathe. Better? I think with the hybrid cruiser, the public, there seemed to be more empathy with it than I was expecting. I was expecting a bit more cautiousness.
Oh, we did. It was kind of all over the place. Some people reacted positively, some people were just confused.
Instantly, the guys that wanted a hug.
Yeah.
That was quite surprising.
They probably thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Some people were just downright confused, some didn't really, some were just scared.
Yeah.
Probably the most variety of reactions we've had so far. I did overhear some people saying, oh, it's the guy was the white rabbit who's come back, I think.
Oh, well, that's interesting. So people were making associations. I don't think we can. We have to accept ourselves as human, but yet we have the freedom to be able to reimagine what it is to be animal, but yet we can behave to be like a dog, but that's a human perspective of what a dog is. It's not a dog's perspective. We can be a cat, but it's not. It's a human perspective on a cat, or we can be a rabbit, or a wolf, or a Lagomorph. So the answer to that, we can't be animal as animal we see it, but we can reimagine it to have empathy of how we're treating animals in society and how animals affect our lives in a good way. A kind of ceremonial. This guy here is called the Lagomorph, and in my own research he deals with spirituality, ceremony. But I think the difference with this one is the only one that has sound, the bell. So they'll see it before they'll hear it before they even see it. So their reaction might be to the sound. I kind of look like an animal, but I'm not an animal, but still, I still get that affection. So throughout the day you would have seen that affection and that empathy and that warmth from some people come through many different ways, whether it's a smile or a high five. There's a point of contact where people want that.
How does your work challenge the way organizations and societies treat animals?
The challenge is that using animals for cosmetic reasons, so the argument that trying chemicals on animals so humans can put them on themselves to look good. So it won't burn our face or make us blind that they use animals in that way. I think the dialogue through performance enables us to look at the way our relationships are with animals, and we can use that as a form to discuss. So if someone's dressed as a dog or a cat or a mouse or whatever, or a rat, there can be a vehicle for conversation and further dialogue that will help us to understand either the harm or the good that animals receive just because they're animals.